Good afternoon, everyone. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with inspiration, and our topic for today is self development. I learned over the years from various books and various audio programs, particularly those of John Maxwell, that it's important to create a self development plan because when you are at school or at uni or in an educational institution, there are targets that are set for you to grow. However, once you're no longer in formal education, it's down to you to make sure you are still growing, you are still learning, you are still developing. However, a lot of people, you might be one of them. Perhaps you've just got sucked into the normality of life, just fighting and trying to make a difference, and involved in leading your company, leading your family, and you're just involved in everyday things that you're forgetting that in order to be able to lead effectively, you still need to commit to self development. You still need to commit to growth. So, what do I mean by this? I mean taking the time to identify areas in your life that you need to develop. It could be character issues that you need to address and develop in those areas. It could be that you need more knowledge and more information. Because I think I heard Mike Murdoch say this, that the information that you utilize to create the problems that you have, you're going to need more information to actually solve them. And I paraphrase. So the information that you have when a problem was created, you're going to need more information, more wisdom to be able to solve that problem. So it's important that you, as a leader in whatever capacity you are, that you keep developing, you keep growing, you keep ensuring that you're learning on a daily basis. It's not about the quantity, but it's about the consistency, because you could go on a binge fest of reading and listening to things and then you stop. But what you want to do is make sure you do it on a consistent basis. So how do you grow? How do you develop? These are some of the ways that I ensure that I'm growing and developing. Attending seminars. I know now we have the lockdown, so going to physical events is not necessarily possible. However, what I am finding, excuse me, is that some organizations are moving their events and seminars online, so it's possible for you to attend on a Zoom call and just listen to what the speakers have to say. Excuse me. Listen to what the speakers have to say, and learn, because listen to a different perspective helps to challenge your established patterns of thinking. So it's important that you get yourself into rooms, into events, in amongst the into the midst of people, amongst the midst of people where they think differently than you do. So if you always stick with people who think the same as you, you're not going to grow. But when you get yourself into a community of people, into an event, or into a meeting or a seminar or something of that nature, whereby people are saying things you don't even necessarily completely understand, you're learning something new, you're being challenged, you have something to think about, you have something that you might think, okay, I need to learn more about this, I need to grow in that area. So it's important that you attend seminars, attend events. I find TED Talks as well. They're usually about 18 minutes to 20 minutes long. You can get that on their website or on YouTube, and just listen to the different topics. Some topics you might not necessarily go and read a whole book about, but just listen to the TED Talk. It's educative, it's informative, and again, it gives you food for thought. It challenges your established patterns of thinking. Reading books, if you're busy, you're on the go. Zig Ziglar talks about car university. So ensuring that the time that you're using to drive, you listen to an audio book or a podcast or something of that nature, to help you again get more information, develop yourself in various areas. So listening to books, reading books, having conversations with people who are different from you, similar to going to events, so that you're being challenged. The way of thinking that you have is being challenged. taking time to think about what you've read, because it's not just about what you read, but what you think about what you've read. John Maxwell says, experience is not the best teacher, evaluated experience is the best teacher. So too often you might find yourself, you're making the same mistakes in your organization, you're making the same mistakes in your home, and that could possibly be because you are not taking the time to evaluate your experiences and to take the lessons, extract the lessons and the wisdom from that experience, so you don't go on to repeat it again. Okay, and sometimes you don't have to evaluate your own experience. Evaluate other people's experiences. You don't have to make the same mistakes as other people. Evaluate their experiences and take wisdom from their experiences. Okay, so it's important that you keep growing, because if you're growing as a leader, then you are in a better position to grow the people that you are leading. That could be the people in your organization, the people in your home. So you can imagine, if you had a toddler and now you have a teenager, the information that you had to raise that toddler is going to be different from the information that you need to raise a teenager. So perhaps you need to read some books, perhaps you need to attend some parenting classes, because everyone's learning. Your child has not come with a manual, so you're going to have to learn what other parents have done, if there are any similarities, any techniques, anything that you could learn in the way that you deal with them, because they have hormonal issues. They don't know whether they're young or they're old. They've got their body's changing. They could be getting cranky. You don't know how to handle that. Get some information, get some wisdom, so you can lead the family in the right direction. So it's important that you keep growing, you keep developing yourself. Jim Rohn says, if you look after yourself for me, I can look after myself for you. So if we keep growing, if I keep growing and you keep growing, then we're better able to uplift, to elevate, to add so much substance and so much value to each other and to those that we meet on a daily basis. So commit in 2020. If you cannot do anything else, you can't go to the cinema, you can't go to the art galleries or any place, like any places of entertainment, but commit to self-development. Get information, get wisdom, get knowledge, get information as much as you possibly can, and let it elevate you and take you to the next level. But do it on a consistent basis, not just on a one-off basis. Okay? From my heart to yours, do stay safe. Until next time, take it easy. Bye.